Alright guys, we are back for more of my 10-year anniversary special. We just played some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for the Nintendo Switch, and that was a whole lot of fun. And we ended up winning $64,000 on that, which was very impressive. So, for our next segment, we are going to be playing Super Mario Party for the Nintendo Switch. So let's see how well we do on this game. I did have Nick Lyric with me in the last few segments, but I don't have him with me right now, so I'm currently back to being by myself. And this is also the first time I'm playing this game on my new Nintendo Switch 2 as well. So this ought to be pretty interesting to see how well this does play out here. It's gonna be Mario, of course. Alright, so let me very quickly change my computer players before we start our game. Alright, so let's see who we're going to be taking on this game. Yoshi, Pom Pom, and Koopa Troopa. Alright. So anyways, let's head off to the classic Mario Party. We're just going to do an offline game. And we'll play on WAP's Domino Ruins for this segment. And we'll just do 10 turns. Alright. Here we go. Alright, let's see who's going first. Alright, I'm going second. That's not too bad. So Yoshi's going first, I'm going second. Pom Pom's going third. And Koopa's going last. Alright, so where's our first star going to be? Right there. Alright, let's get this party started. Alright, Yoshi starts off with a 0 on his dice block right there, so he stays right where he is for the time being. Alright, we'll just start off with the normal dice block. Alright, we're starting off with a 1 right here. It's a shame we got a poor roll right there, but at least it's early. Alright, Pom Pom's using her dice block, and she gets a 3. Alright, let's go to Koopa. 5. Alright, first minigame about to get underway, and we're starting off with a 4-player minigame. Barreling along. Alright, let's do this.
3, 2, 1, go!
Got it! Very easy win right there in first place. Alright, we're off to a good start so far. So we got an early lead in first place. Now it's time for turn number 2. Again, Yoshi gets a 0 on his dice block, so he's still staying at the start of the board. Okay, we'll stick with the normal dice block. Alright, 2. Alright, Pom Pom's going with her dice block again. And it's another 3 that she gets. She gets an item space. And it's going to be an ally phone. Alright, Koopa gets a 6. He's not going to pay to go to one of his rivals. And Koopa also gets an item space, and he gets a custom dice block. Time to find out what our next minigame is. It's another 4-player minigame. And this time it's going to be Candy Shakedown. Alright, let's do this. Got it! Very nice. And let me just bring up this one thing very quickly while we're waiting for our opponents to finish up here. Is that a nice thing with the controllers for the Nintendo Switch 2 that I really do like is that the SL and SR buttons are bigger than how they were for the Joy-Cons on the original Nintendo Switch, so it definitely makes it a whole lot easier for me to press those buttons right here, unlike how they were originally. So I really like that that these kinds of buttons are bigger now on the Joy-Con 2 controllers. Alright, anyways, on to turn number 3. Alright, Yoshi gets a 2 right there, but he's losing coins on the red space. Alright, over to me, and sure, we'll go ahead and use the Mario dice block this time. Ah, dang it, it's a 1. And I'm landing on a special event, which is going to make the Womps go on the move. Alright, back to Pom Pom. Alright, she's bringing out her ally phone. And let's see who she's gonna get. Looks like Daisy. Alright, Pom Pom's gonna roll a 5, and Daisy rolls a 1, so that's gonna be a total of 6 for what Pom Pom's getting. Oh wow, after she used her ally phone, she literally gets an ally space on this turn as well. And she's gonna get Diddy Kong. So yeah, that's very insane that Pom Pom literally got 2 allies right there on the same turn. You don't see something like that every day. Alright, 3 for Koopa there. Alright, now we're doing a 2 versus 2 mini game. And we're playing Juice Box. Alright, so Koopa's my teammate for this mini game. Let's see how it goes. Alright, time for the first round. Alright, that was a good start. Alright, now on to round 2. Yeah, baby! Alright, 1 more point and we win. Alright, round 3. Got it! So that was a very easy win right there for me and Coop on that mini game. And we both get 2 additional coins for doing a high 5 there. Always really like that feature in this game. Alright, now on to turn 4. Alright, 1 for Yoshi right there. Alright, we're on to me. I think I'm just going to use the normal dice block here. 5. Okay. We'll go that way. And we gotta pay 3 coins so we can go past Womp. Okay, yeah, I guess we could go, this way right here. Because, with the fact that most of my, opponents are, ahead right here, and that, most of them are closer to the star, I am gonna pay to, go to one of my rivals. Oh, I'm going where Yoshi is. He was the only one that was behind. And that's the one who I didn't want to afford right there. If I want to, I could go left so I could get myself an ally space, but I would have to pay to go past Womp again. I don't really want to do that. Okay, let's go that way so we can get ourselves an item space. What do we get? A dash mushroom. Alright, Pom Pom ends up with a total of 6 there. And she lands on a special event. That's gonna activate the domino trap. Pom Pom was literally so close to that star, but she's not quite getting it here. So that sends her and Koopa back. Alright, see what Koopa gets here. A 1. Looks like he's also activating that domino trap on that special event. But he's not going back very far from where he's standing at. Alright, now let's go to the next mini game. Alright, 4-player mini game for this one. Tricorder. This is always a very fun mini game right here where we gotta try to pedal to the finish line as fast as we can. Alright, let's do this.
2, 1, go!
Alright, come on! Oh, Pom-Pom made it first! And we ended up in third.
Winner!
I normally am very good when it comes to this mini game, but it's a shame we didn't quite pedal hard enough on that. Some of these mini games, it might take me a little bit of time to get used to on the Switch 2 right here, but I'm not really going to complain on that much one bit. But anyways, let's keep it going, and Yoshi's going to use his dice block. He gets 1 out of that. He's landing on a special event. So Whomps are back on the move. Okay. Sure, we will go ahead and use the dash mushroom right here. And then, I'm going to go ahead and use the Mario dice block as well. Alright, 5, and we got 3 from the dash mushroom for a total of 8. Alright, that's a good roll. Alright, Pom-Pom's now going to use Diddy Kon's dice block. And she gets a total of 10. Oh boy, she's literally right near the star. Probably am worried that she might get to it first right here. You just never know if we can get lucky. Alright, 3 for Koopa. I've got a 4-player mini game for this one. Oh boy, don't wake Wiggler. I always get so nervous on this one. Let's see what happens. Alright, who's going first? Koopa.
Start!
Alright, on me. Alright, very good. Alright, let's go back to me here. Okay, I said that was pretty good. It's back to me. I'm not taking any chances here. I'm playing it safe. Oh, Pom-Pom just woke up Wiggler, so she's the big loser here on this mini game. But we do get the win right there since I ended up with the most points. That's very nice. Alright, now past the halfway point in the game as we're on to turn number 6. And Yoshi's going to get a 5 on his dice block. It's gotta pay 5 coins so we can go past Swamp. Okay. So anyways, it is my turn. And I think I'm gonna use the Mario dice block again right here. Alright, 3. Well, even though it's not enough right there for me to get to the star, I landed on a special event right here, which is going to activate that domino trap again. And literally all of us have to go back right here. But at least that does make me prevent Pom Pom from securing the star right here on this turn. But let's see what happens. She's going to use her dice block right here. She ends up with a total of 6. Now Koopa's going to use his dice block. And he gets a 1. Let's get to the next mini game right now, and this time it's a 1 versus 3. Off the chain. I am the solo player in this as well. So anyways, let's try to see if we can knock out all of our opponents while riding on the chain chomp. I've got Koopa out. I've got Pom Pom out. We just gotta try and knock out Yoshi. Come on, 5 seconds. Oh, darn it. We couldn't quite knock out Yoshi in time, so my opponents are going to win that mini game, unfortunately. Oh, well. Oh, now Koopa's burying the lead by 1 coin. This is really getting pretty interesting. Alright, let's see what happens now in turn 7. Alright, Yoshi gets a 2. Oh, now he's getting a hidden block. Let's see what he gets inside this. 15 coins. Alright. So anyways, back over to me, and I'm just going to use the normal dice block this time. I have 5, and we do get ourselves an item space. What's it gonna be? A dash mushroom. Pom Pom's using her dice block, and she's gonna get herself a total of 6. And now she's going to be getting the first star of the game right here. We didn't really have much of a good chance in trying to get it, but it is what it is. So that's going to make Pom Pom go from last to first here. But anyways, let's go and find out where the next star's headed off to. Right there. Alright, let's head to Koopa. 2. Alright, let's get to the next mini game. We're doing a 4-player mini game for this one. Stake your claim. Basically trying to find the biggest area here. Let's do it. Alright, we're getting to the first round. And I'm going to select this one. Alright, 2 points for us to start with. Alright, let's see what happens now in round 2. Alright, I'll try this one. Alright, there we go. Now I got the biggest area. Alright, now on to round 3. I'm gonna pick that one. Alright, 2 points for me right there. Alright, round 4. I'm gonna pick the area right in the middle. Alright, once again, 2 points for me. Alright, now it all comes down to the final round. I'm gonna try this one. Oh, I almost had the best one right there. It wasn't too bad. But Yoshi ended up beating me just barely by 1 point. Oh, I literally cannot believe we were so close. Oh, well. And now I drop down the last. We have some catching up to do as we're now heading into the last 3 turns. But let's take a moment to check out the current standings. So right now, Pom-Pom's in first place, Koopa's in second, Yoshi's in third, I'm in last, just like I mentioned earlier. And it's even very close between second and last right here. Basically, second place is ahead by 1 coin, while third place is 1 coin ahead of last 2. So it's literally anybody's chance to win in the end. Alright, time to bring out the guest expert. And Womp is going to predict that I will win. Alright. And we get a golden dash mushroom. Alright. Anyways, now for the rest of the game, all blue and all red spaces are now going to be doubled to 6 coins. And now we're going to have the extra bad luck spaces in play. Let's try to be careful with them. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and head back to Yoshi. And he gets a 5. And he's going to land on an item space. Oh boy, he's getting a golden pipe. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and use my golden dash mushroom right here. Alright, we're going to roll 4, and we have 5 from the golden dash mushroom for a total of 9. Okay, so we're going to head this way just so we can see Lakitu. Alright, but anyways, I do have enough coins to steal away a star, so that's what I'm going to do. Hand your star to me right now, Pom-Pom. So that steal right here is certainly going to help me out right here, because I just went from last to first. Okay. Anyways, time to head over to Pom Pom. And she's gonna use Daisy's dice block now. Alright, she gets a total of 6 out of that. Thankfully, Pom Pom is 1 coin short of having enough to steal away a star, so we will be safe. Alright, she's going to select a random person to steal coins from, and it's going to choose Yoshi. Alright, looks like Pom Pom got 7 of Yoshi's coins there. Oh, really, Pom Pom? You're going in the opposite direction compared to where the star is? What were you thinking? Hi, Koopa gets a 4, and he's going to be landing on in space. And he gets a dash mushroom. Alright, what's the next minigame going to be? A 4-player minigame, and we're playing Slapperazzi. Oh yeah, this is certainly a fun one. Alright, here we go. Alright, not a bad start. Alright, let's keep going. Right. Oh wow, I think I just hit all 3 of my opponents at once there with that pause. That was incredible. And I literally did it again! I'm literally getting pretty lucky out there with my movements. Alright, very good. Alright, a couple more rounds to go here. Alright. Final round. And once again, I managed to hit all 3 of my opponents at once there with that punch. And that's going to make me get the win with a total of 20 points.
Winner.